Hello and welcome to Epi-Center. My name is Camila Foy and I am the owner of the podcast. As we are approaching the busiest time of the holiday season, everyone is running around trying to complete their holiday task lists. People are traveling, executing plans with family, and trying to manage everything that comes their way. Whether it is determining which gifts to buy, how to handle family, planning meals, or just trying to keep everything together, there's so much going on during the holidays. Every religion brings about different traditions, but one thing that they all have in common is the stress that they bring to every individual. As mentioned in the previous episode, stress isn't good for people with epilepsy. Although scientists don't understand the correlation between stress and seizures, it is no secret that it can be a seizure trigger. In this episode, I will be discussing how to manage the stress of the holidays. In order to manage stress, we first must understand it. Stress can be viewed as a cycle. Stress can cause worry, depression, frustration, and anger, which are all emotions known to increase seizure frequency on their own. Alongside this, these emotions can lead to a disturbed sleep cycle, which also isn't helpful in trying to lower your seizure frequency. Not to mention that disturbed sleep cycles can also cause tension headaches. At the end of the day, all of this can lead right back to more stress. When you are trying to deal with all these emotions, if more things keep piling on top of each other, stress levels only keep increasing. When all this becomes combined, seizure frequency can increase. The first and most important step to managing your stress is to first identify your stressors. It is no good to try to manage your stress if you don't know what you're trying to control. While stress is an inevitable factor of life and can't be completely eliminated, if you know what is causing you to feel overwhelmed, you might be able to reduce it a little bit. The next step to managing your stress is to take care of yourself first. For many, this may seem selfish, but it truly is the first thing that should be on your mind. It maximizes efficiency and ensures that things don't go awry later in the day. If you ignore your needs as they present themselves to try to get other things done or please others, it might end up creating the exact effects you are trying to avoid. For example, say you are feeling extremely overwhelmed by your family. Everyone is pulling you left and right to do things. You know your seizures are caused by this excessive amount of stress, and you probably should take time to yourself to ensure that your seizure frequency doesn't increase for the day. However, you don't want to seem selfish by giving someone else your tasks, or you don't want to waste time and think that you can hold out a little longer. In the end, you could have a seizure, and those exact problems you were trying to avoid could become a reality. To avoid this, if you realize you need time for yourself, don't be afraid to tell those around you that you need a moment to recuperate. One big tip is spending time with your loved ones. Unless they are the ones causing the stress, take some time to enjoy the moment. Talk with family and friends, and have fun. Spending time with those you love increases oxytocin levels in the brain, a hormone that promotes positive feelings. It helps reduce stress and anxiety and promotes general well-being. The next major item on the list is taking time to deal with your emotions. You want to be able to recognize what is going through your head so that you know what to work on. It is like identifying stressors. To find a solution, you must find the problem. It is very helpful to have someone you trust to talk about these feelings with, and together you can find a way to deal with those emotions. Sometimes just talking to someone can give you the clarity of mind you were looking for. Another big stressor is gift shopping. Whether it is finding time to shop or finding what to buy, there is a lot that goes into finding the perfect gifts for your loved ones. But that also means occupying tons of mind space to make it happen. The first major problem with gift shopping is finding the time. It is advised to start your gift shopping as early as possible so that you are not trying to add that into the mix of the holidays as they approach. If transportation isn't available, try online shopping. Not only is it convenient, but it is also typically less of a hassle. The next one is arguably the initial stressor and solution wrapped in one: time management. Usually those two words make people shiver a little, as it can be a bit intimidating. Most of the time, stress is caused by poor planning or not having the right kind of planning. Anything can appear stressful and intimidating if you don't know how to manage things. Even the tips in this episode might seem difficult to fit into an already busy schedule. However, if you can take a few minutes to outline everything that you need to do and assign specific times to complete those tasks, it will make the holidays far less stressful. For example, don't wait until the night before for gift shopping and wrapping, as there are two major issues with this. One, staying up late can increase your risk of having a seizure. Secondly, it is just extremely stressful when you are on a time crunch. As mentioned earlier, try to shop for gifts as early as possible. Even fit in stress management into that schedule. I know all of this might seem a bit intimidating or even stressful itself, but trust me, once you have some sort of system in place, you will feel so much better in the long run. One stressor that nearly everyone can relate to during the holidays is travel. At this time, most kids are out of school and families come together for the holidays. Alongside this, there can be many flights, road trips, train rides, you name it. The phrase home for the holidays might not apply to all. That being said, there can be a lot of planning involved in trips, especially when you or a family member has epilepsy. The biggest part of traveling is being prepared. Make sure you have a list of everything you need or reminders as to what needs to be done once you arrive at your destination. If you are visiting someone, make sure they are aware of your dietary needs, if applicable to you. Stay on your medication schedule, and if you are traveling, take extra medication in case your travel plans change or you lose medication. Alongside this, take a copy of your seizure action plan and rescue medication, if you have them. Review your plan with the people you trust that might be traveling with you. Also, make sure to have the name and number of your healthcare team in the case of an emergency. The last major item on the list is don't let seizures get in the way of your plans, but also be prepared to be flexible. While stress management is helpful, it isn't always foolproof. As well as this, you might already have an existing seizure pattern that could affect your plans. Don't get upset if your seizures disrupt your plans. Instead, try to find a way to adjust them, or even create new and even more exciting plans with your loved ones. As the holidays are approaching, I would like to wish everyone happy holidays and a happy new year from Epi-Center Podcast. I hope you all enjoy time with your loved ones and have an amazing holiday season. See you all next year.